I'd now like to give the floor to Mr. Farage.
There's a very bad case of denial in this chamber this morning, a total refusal to accept that the euro project is failing. Greece is on the verge of a default. The bailout fund is creaking. The credibility of the European Central Bank itself now being called into question. It's all on the verge of going belly up. And yet, when the credit ratings agencies tell the truth, you try and pretend it's not happening. In fact, Mr. Brok and others were suggesting that it's all some dastardly plot by the Americans and the British and the Anglo-Saxon markets to bring down the euro. The agencies are nothing more than the canary in the mine. They're telling you the truth. And please listen to Standard & Poor when they say that austerity alone will not work. You are driving these countries into depression just to save your euro project. But I must acknowledge that you have lost absolutely nothing when it comes to your powers of deception. No, that's still very much on course. It was Nick Clegg that gave us the clue. Clegg, a man who I suspect is rather more popular here than he is back at home these days. Clegg was asked, should there be a referendum on the forthcoming treaty? He said, oh no, there's no need for that, because it's all going to be folded in to the existing treaties. And I thought, what the dickens is he talking about? Well, now I've learnt. Mr Cohn-Bendit made it clear it's to be the community method, it's to be legislation where you know you've got a majority in this Parliament and you know under qualified majority in the Council you can get everything through. And why are you doing it this way? Well, it's simple, isn't it? It's to avoid referendums. Because you know if a treaty was put to Ireland and many other countries, the answer would be no. The peoples of Europe do not want this pseudo-monetarist package. The peoples of Europe need, particularly in the case of the South, to get out of the euro, to have devaluation and a chance to re-establish themselves again. You are denying them that chance. And by pushing the community method, you are destroying democracy in Europe. I hope you are all very proud of yourselves.
Today we are discussing this international agreement as part, and only as a specific part, of a wide-ranging and comprehensive approach for stronger discipline, increased convergence, reinforced coordination and governance, particularly in the euro area. We must also keep in mind that this agreement is an essential element of a larger package of action to respond to the sovereign debt crisis, including a strengthened and anticipated European stability mechanism, which is urgently needed for the stability and coherence of the euro area. The Commission has always considered that these new norms should be enshrined in the current treaties, the Lisbon Treaty. For the reasons you all know, because unanimity between Member States was not possible, this could not happen. The heads of state and government therefore took the decision to proceed with this international agreement, or, as some prefer to say, international treaty. First, together we are firmly opposing attempts to develop new institutional setups. Instead, we have enshrined the principle that European institutions will act on the basis of the EU treaties, not as simple representatives of Member States. Second, together we are rejecting drafting that could have established parallel intergovernmental coordination of economic policy outside the European Union framework. Third, together we are insisting on language acknowledging the need for European Union secondary legislation to implement key elements of the package agreed at the last European Council. And fourth, together we are proposing a strong integration clause into the draft, which requires that within 5 years at the maximum the necessary steps are taken to integrate the substance of the agreement into the legal framework of the Union. This agreement, if these rules are respected, can be an important tool in building a solid stability and growth agenda based on the Europe 2020 strategy and also on the roadmap presented by the Commission. Noting that from a legal point of view this is an intergovernmental agreement, I hope that all Member States understand that politically, for its successful ratification and implementation, it needs the support of the European institutions, namely the European Commission, the European Central Bank and of course this European Parliament. I thank you for your attention.